In Unit 3, we'll be studying friends and family. Here is our vocabulary for this unit. You notice that first the term is given in English, and then you can see what it means in Spanish. You need to memorize your English terms. Number 1 is husband. Husband. Number 2, wife. Wife. 3, father. Father. 4, mother. Mother. 5, son. 5, son. 6, daughter. 6, daughter. 7, grandfather. 7, grandfather. 8, grandmother. 8, grandmother. 9, cousin. Cousin. 10 is uncle. Uncle. 11 is aunt. Aunt. 12 is nephew. Nephew. 13, niece. Niece. 14, father-in-law. Father-in-law. And 15, mother-in-law. Mother-in-law. Here we are on page 32 in the book. Look at the picture. What do you see? What do you think is happening? Who is here? If you think maybe it's a birthday party, why? What do you see? I'll give you a minute. Look, and let's discuss, what do you see? Who do you think these people are? Who do you think maybe Tony is? How about Lisa? Who's Luis? Who's Gloria, do you think? How about Natalia and Enrico? Who do you think they are?
Unit 3, Friends and Family. Page 32, Lesson A. Exercise 1B.
Daughter.
Father.
Grandfather.
Grandmother.
Mother.
Son.
Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do?
Page 33, Lesson A. Exercise 2A. 1.
Daughter. Daughter.
2.
Father. Father.
3.
Grandfather. Grandfather.
4.
Grandmother. Grandmother.
5,
Mother. Mother.
6,
Son. Son.
Page 33, Lesson A. Exercise 2B. 1,
Who's that?
The grandmother.
2,
Who's that?
The daughter.
3,
Who's that?
The father.
4,
Who's that?
The grandfather.
Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do?
Page 34, Lesson B. Exercise 1. 1,
Husband. Husband.
2,
Wife. Wife.
3,
Uncle. Uncle.
4,
Aunt. Aunt.
5,
Brother. Brother.
6,
Sister. Sister.
Exercise 2A. You're going to read and then you're going to match. For instance, there's a picture of Susan. Who is Susan? Well, I look up in exercise 1 and I find she is the wife of what? She's Dave's wife. So I draw a line between Susan and Dave's wife. Sophie. Look up in one and you find Sophie. What is Sophie? Look, there it shows who's Sophie. What about Mike? Number 4 is Dave. Look up in the picture and see who he's related to. Number 4 is Dave. Who is he related to? Number 5 is Sam. Who is Sam related to? Look at the picture in part 1. And finally, number 6, Vera. Who is Vera related to? Look in the picture. Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do?
Page 35, Lesson B. Exercise 2B. 1,
Who is Vera?
Sam's aunt.
2,
Who is Mike?
Sam's uncle.
3,
Who is Sophie?
Sam's sister.
4,
Who is Susan?
Dave's wife.
5,
Who is Sam?
Sophie's brother.
6,
Who is Dave?
Susan's husband.
Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do? Okay, here we are. Let's do part 3. But this chart is you. For instance, if I were going to fill it out, I have a sister and I have a brother. And under name, I would write my sister's name, and then I'd put family member that she's my sister. Next one, I would put my brother's name, and I would put that he's my brother. Now remember, this is for you. You write down the names of your sisters, the names of your brothers, and tell us if they're your sister or your brother. As I said, I have filled this out for me. Under name, I have put Carol. And family member, she's my sister, so I write sister. Lewis, and then I put that he's my brother. Did you get all your brothers and sisters' names there? And did you let us know if it's a sister or a brother? Now we're going to work in the workbook. Let's go to page 32 in the workbook. We'll start with exercise 1. And what you're going to do is you're going to match the terms, the names of the family members that are similar. Like sister, well, what's the male one? It's a brother. Okay. Number 2 would be son. What is the female equivalent? How about grandmother? What's the masculine? Husband is masculine, so what is feminine for the opposite of husband? Mother is the feminine term. What is the masculine term? Finally, aunt. That's the feminine term. What is the masculine term? Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do? Now let's do exercise 2, still page 32 in the workbook. Here, it's sort of like a crossword puzzle. I have little blanks for how many letters, and then I have to look and see. It gives me one of the letters in it, and I have to look up there and find one. For instance, the first one is O. The third letter is O, and I look up under my words. I've got aunt, brother, husband, sister, wife. Well, I bet it's brother because number 1, it's the only one with the O in the middle. In fact, it's the only one with an O in it. My next one has 1, 2, 3, 4 letters in it. And the last letter will be a T. So look and see if you can find which one it is that is only 4 letters long and ends with a T. The third one starts with an H, so I only have one word that starts with an H. So I write that word, I fill in the blanks. My next one is a family term that ends in an E. It ends in an E. And I only have one word there that ends in E, so I write it in there. My last one ends in an R, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and ends in R. So I look and I find it. I've already used brother, so I can't use it. What other word ends in an R? Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do? Now we're on page 33. At the top of page 33, we're going to do exercise 3. Notice that we have, for each number, we have 2 sets of pictures. And we have to decide which pictures will represent, for number 1, an aunt and an uncle. Well, we do it A. It's Anita and Rick. How do we know? Well, because an aunt and uncle would certainly be probably older than Michael and Emily. Okay? They look more like a brother and a sister. So it's A. Look at 2. Which one do you think, which set of pictures do you think show a mother and a father? Would it be Julie and Jason? Or is it Michael and Emily? How about 3, brother and sister? Is it Julie and Jason, A, or is it Michael and Emily, B? Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do? We're on page 33 in the workbook, and we're going to do exercise 4. Exercise 4 on page 33. Now, look at the pictures of people up in exercise 3. We had Anita and Rick. We had Michael and Emily. We had Julie and Jason. Michael and Emily. Julie and Jason again. Michael and Emily. Okay, so it said, who is Michael? And I find the picture of Michael. And remember, it said that number 3, the answer was B, Michael and Emily. So Michael is Emily's what? Brother. Look at 2. Who is Emily? She is Michael's what? Okay, let's look at Jason. Let's look at Jason. Who is Jason? Okay, look at part 2. It has a picture of Julie and Jason. Who is Jason to Michael? He's Michael's what? Look at 4. Julie is Michael's what? Now let's look at Rick. Remember, Rick's up here in number 1. Rick is Michael's. Can you guess? Michael's what? And Anita, number 6, Anita is Emily's what? What is she to Emily? Here are the answers. Compare what you see on the screen to what you did in your book. How did you do? Here is a handout that shows some things that if you were to introduce yourself, that you could use. Here's some that you could use to introduce yourself. For instance, you could say, hello, my first name is, and I would say, hello, my first name is Anne. My last name is, then you would give your last name. You'd tell people where you're from. I'm from the United States. Which city do you live in? If you're enrolling in school or you're at the doctor's office or someplace, you might have to give your phone number. People would be interested in, do you have any brothers? How about sisters? Do you have sisters? They would be interested in pets. Do you have pets? I have 4 cats, but I don't have any dogs. What kind of food do you like? Is there some kind of food that you don't like? Is there some kind of food that you hate? How about sports? Which sport do you like? Do you like football? Do you like American football? How about basketball? What don't you like? Which sport don't you like? Is there one that you hate? Who's your favorite singer? How about your favorite actor or actress? Do you have a favorite film? How about a favorite TV program? You might let people know that about you when you're introducing yourself. These are just ideas that you could use.